To become a part of this family, you don't hand in a neatly typed resume to a human resources department. You draw thick, crimson blood from your trigger finger. You squeeze a single drop onto a vintage holy card of a Catholic saint. Then, you strike a match and set that picture on fire, letting it burn to crisp ashes right in the palm of your bare hand without flinching. Welcome to the Cosa Nostra. You have just stepped into the most ruthless, cold-blooded, and dangerously seductive criminal empire in human history. You aren't just joining a secret organization. You are officially selling your soul to the devil in exchange for power. Today, we start from the absolute bottom, the filthiest, rat-infested gutters of New York City. You will have to claw your way up every single blood-soaked rung of the Mafia ladder. We are going to find out if you possess the sheer ruthlessness and cold-blooded cunning to survive and eventually claim the ultimate throne, or if you'll just end up as another nameless, bloated corpse floating at the bottom of the East River. You probably think that being in the Mafia means instantly throwing on a tailored Italian suit, flashing a Rolex, and puffing on premium imported cigars in exclusive VIP backrooms. Wake the hell up. Stepping into this pitch-black underworld, your very first rank is nothing but a lowly associate. You are a dime-a-dozen street hustler, a completely disposable pawn on a grand chessboard controlled by the heavy hitters. You might not even have pure Sicilian blood in your veins, or maybe you just haven't earned enough street credibility for the bosses to give a damn about your existence. Your daily grind consists of the absolute dirtiest, most degrading grunt work imaginable. You're the guy gripping an aluminum baseball bat, knocking on local restaurant doors in the dead of night to violently collect extortion money. You're the brute muscle sent to shatter the kneecaps of desperate, deadbeat gamblers who owe the wrong people. Sometimes you're just the terrified, nameless getaway driver, gripping the leather steering wheel with sweaty palms, waiting in a dark alleyway while the real crew finishes a bloody hit inside a diner. You have to swallow your pride and take every single ounce of disrespect because of a vicious, unspoken rule called kicking up. No matter how much cash you risk your freedom to hustle on the streets today, the lion's share gets neatly stuffed into an envelope and handed straight up the chain to the guys lounging comfortably on leather chairs. But do you want to know the absolute worst, most soul-crushing reality of this rank? You have zero protection from the family. None. If some random street thug busts your head open with a lead pipe, you deal with it yourself. If the feds kick your front door down at 4 a.m. and slap the steel cuffs on your wrists, you are doing that prison time entirely alone. The organization will completely deny you even exist. You are just a ghost doing the dirty work, desperately starving for a tiny crumb of recognition. You wait endlessly for that one golden opportunity to make your bones. And in this savage, unforgiving world, making your bones means proving your ultimate loyalty by catching your first murder charge for the bosses. Then, on a freezing, pouring rainy night, you get a cryptic call from a corner payphone. The raspy, dead-eyed voice on the other end tells you to get cleaned up, put on your sharpest suit, and absolutely do not pack any heat. Your heart pounds violently against your ribcage. You swallow hard. You know damn well there are only two ways this night ends. Either you officially get your button and step into the elite ranks, or you get into the passenger seat of a Cadillac and never come back home. Congratulations, you survived the paranoid streets long enough to be bumped up to soldier. A true made man. The proud, razor-sharp blade of the family. You walk down into a dimly lit basement, the air thick with heavy cigar smoke and tension. The capo is sitting at the head of the table, staring straight through your soul. He pulls out a gold needle and, without a second of hesitation, pricks your right index finger, the exact same finger you will use to pull the trigger for him. The image of a saint is placed into your bleeding hands and set ablaze. The fire sears your flesh. The sickening smell of burning skin fills the air, but you aren't allowed to blink, flinch, or show a shred of weakness. You have to look the boss dead in the eyes and recite the ancient, unbreakable oath with your dying breath. I enter alive with blood, and I can only get out dead with blood. If I betray this family, may my soul burn in hell for all eternity, just like this saint. From that sacred, twisted second, you are no longer a free man. You are the exclusive property of the Cosa Nostra. But your new perks are absolute and undeniable. You are fully backed by the family. No crew on the street, no matter how ruthless or heavily armed, can lay a single finger on you without direct permission from the administration. You stroll into any dive bar or high-end joint, and people part like the Red Sea, looking at you with pure terror and respect. But the price tag on that godlike power is a permanent death sentence hanging right over your head. It's the law of Omerta, the absolute, unbreakable code of silence, even if the feds are threatening to lock you in a federal penitentiary for the rest of your natural life. And the most terrifying, cutthroat rule of being a soldier? When the family calls, you answer. Even if the order comes down from the top that you have to put a bullet between the eyes of your childhood best friend, you smile, you pull the trigger, and you never ask a single question. You have officially survived the blood-soaked streets long enough that you don't even have to dirty your own hands anymore. Welcome to the rank of Capo, or Capo Regime. You are now a warlord. A general commanding your very own small, heavily armed crew of soldiers and associates. Your daily routine is no longer about busting heads in back alleys. It is about managing a sprawling, illegal empire. You control the lucrative underground gambling rings, the gritty waterfront docks, and the corrupt labor unions. Every single week, you sit back in a plush leather booth at the back of a bustling Italian restaurant, sipping fine espresso as your soldiers slide thick, uncounted envelopes of cash across the table. But the stress at this level is a completely different kind of monster. You are trapped in the ultimate, deadly sandwich. On one side, you have your greedy soldiers constantly trying to skim a few $1,000s off the top of the weekly collections. On the other side, you have the boss, a paranoid maniac who is always watching your every move, silently wondering if you are becoming too powerful and planning a bloody coup to take his throne. The margin for error is absolutely zero. You have to constantly check your car for bombs, and you sweep your social clubs for FBI wiretaps every single morning. One slight miscalculation, one missing envelope, or one wrong whisper caught on a federal recording device, and your grieving widow is going to receive a dead fish wrapped in a bulletproof vest. That is the universal, cold-blooded message that you are officially sleeping with the fishes. The old enemies who doubted you are all rotting in shallow graves. The rats who tried to testify against you have been permanently dissolved in industrial acid vats. You have finally made it to the absolute pinnacle. You are the boss, the Don, the undisputed god of the underworld. You now sit at the head of a multi-billion-dollar, tax-free empire that spans across entire continents. You don't even have to speak to end a man's life. A simple, subtle nod of your head over a plate of pasta is all it takes to order a brutal assassination. You hold the ultimate power of life and death over thousands of hardened criminals. You sit down at the legendary commission, rubbing shoulders with the heads of the 5 families, carving up the city like a giant pie. But the darkest, most terrifying secret of sitting on the blood-stained throne is the soul-crushing paranoia. You are a king without a castle. You do not live in a lavish mansion. You live like a hunted rat in secret, heavily fortified basement bunkers, never sleeping in the same bed for more than 2 nights in a row. Your biggest enemy is no longer the rival Irish mob or the ruthless Colombian cartels. Your ultimate nightmare is the federal government armed with the RICO Act, ready to bury you under a mountain of indictments and lock you away for 5 consecutive lifetimes. And worse, you cannot even trust the men who swore their undying loyalty to you. The man who is pouring your expensive red wine tonight might be the exact same man plotting to put a bullet in the back of your skull tomorrow morning to steal your crown. Trust is a luxury that a Don simply cannot afford. In the savage, unforgiving universe of the Cosa Nostra, there is no golden watch or peaceful retirement plan. There are only 2 ways this life truly ends: rotting away in an 8x10 concrete cell in a federal supermax prison for the rest of your natural life, or taking a fatal gunshot to the back of the head from the man you trusted most in the world. So, here is the ultimate question for you. Are you willing to completely trade your peace, your freedom, and your very soul just to live 10 glorious years as an untouchable king? Let me know down in the comments which rank you think you could actually survive before cracking under the pressure. If you want to keep diving into the darkest, most dangerous corners of the criminal underworld, make sure you smash that subscribe button and join, and trust me, you do not want to miss our next video. We will strip away the tailored Italian suits and head straight into the merciless, sun-baked deserts of the Mexican cartels, where the rules of the game are 10 times more barbaric and human life is worth absolutely nothing.